We all know anime here, I hope. And we all know that there's good anime, bad anime, and interesting anime. But the one genre of anime that beats all other types of anime is samurai. Hello, everyone. First off, I just would like to say thank you for the 10 new subscribers that I got off of my Diablo video. I appreciate you guys enjoying that.
Why? Why am I not good enough for you?
This video is gonna be a little bit different. If you couldn't tell from my past videos, all of them have been scripted. Or maybe you couldn't tell. Maybe I'm just that good of an actor, you know? Well, I just heard someone break glass. Is everyone all right? Is there glass on the floor?
Cut the fuck off!
I'm sure you can tell from the intro, I'm gonna be talking about samurai anime. Specifically, a movie that I watched recently called Inu-Oh. I think that's how you pronounce it, Inu-Oh. But I'm gonna be specifically talking about that and just samurai anime in general.
I want to be ninja.
So the art style, man. The art style of every samurai show I've ever watched has always been different. Samurai Champloo is so much different than a Samurai Jack. And then a Samurai Jack is extremely different from, oh, what's that, oh my God, that one show with Samuel Jackson in it. Wow, I'm forgetting the name of that. That show was sick too, dude, fuck. That art style is completely different. Dororo and Inu-Oh. I don't really want to throw Inu-Oh in here though, because it is a movie, and movies are kind of, especially for me, when I compare an animated movie to a animated show, I kind of look at it differently, just because, you know, movies have more of a budget and it's just an hour-long thing. They don't have to make episodes, so they can just spend more time on an animated movie, I feel like. They have like a serious tone to them. The colors they use are very, they're not vibrant, but I don't want to call them dull because they're not dull, but they're not like vibrant colors. I don't know, just like the way that they use the colors and the way that they do their artwork just makes it feel real. I will say they do have some flashy visuals. They do have some like, oh my God moments. But for the most part, like I said earlier, it kind of goes back to like the raw feeling of it. It's not like a One Piece nowadays where it's like you're getting like impact frames, like Luffy's like stretching all the way out into like outer space and you're seeing like 15 different flashes as his arm is lighting up. Samurai shows don't need to be insanely animated for you to be like, wow, that was nice. I would rather watch a sword fight be like fluid and me being able to see all the motions, see the clanging, rather than, you know, swords hit, boom, impact frame, swords hit, boom, nuke.
Ming Dynasty pussy got me acting unwise.
The stories themselves are more raw and they feel more real. Now, obviously, they're gonna feel more real than My Hero because superheroes don't exist, obviously. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you're not Batman. The stories to me, and obviously I could be wrong, I could just be a, what's the word, a bigot? A bigot, I think that's the right word. A lot of these shows, like they really take from Japan's history, like their feudal times, and they really play off of that. Now obviously, you know, when we're talking like Dororo, obviously demons didn't really exist. There wasn't a demon that took his voice and he had to kill some guy to get his voice back, right? Like obviously that's not a real thing that happens, but like the stuff like in Inu-Oh, one of the main characters, he starts to I don't know, like he starts to cross-dress, like he starts to wear dresses, starts to wear makeup and stuff. At the end of the movie, the way they kill him is like kind of brutal. Like they cut off both of his arms, and then they chop his head off. And it's like, it's crazy. And also the camera angle for that is kind of sick too, because you see the POV. So like you're seeing his arms fly off and you're seeing him like slowly fade away, which is kind of like insane looking to, you know, like watch, but like it's really cool. Music being so big, honestly, like not even in just like historical Japan, but like music has, I feel like, has had an impact on every culture throughout history. And also the music, specifically for this movie, the music was beautiful. And the movie is a musical movie. I'll just call it a musical. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll call it a musical. And the music was like really beautiful. And like, there's just something that like, I forget the instrument that he was playing in the movie, but it's just something about that, like I'll put the sound in, but like, it's just something about that it's just like, oh my gosh, like it just sounds good. And then the way that he sung too, and I'm assuming this is probably how they sung back then as well, but like, I don't want to call it throat singing, but more of like, there's just a bunch of like yelling. But it's not even like yelling though, that's the, it's just like,
Today, Junior?
I don't know, like the way that they sung back in the day just kind of like hits me in the right spot. Biwa, that's what it's called. I literally just saw it in my notes. Biwa. I don't even know if that's how you say it or not, but yes, dude, oh my God, I'm so glad I did notes. Oh my God, I wouldn't remember shit. So the hybrid Biwa music that was going on specifically in this movie was really interesting. And I think it also played a part, well, it did play a part, I shouldn't say I think. It did play a part in the movie because the whole premise was that he was going against the traditional style of music that was being played and, you know, kind of stealing the thunder from, you know, other people who were close to, I'm going to say the Shogun. I could be wrong again. I don't know. And it was like, I've heard that type of music, obviously, in other samurai shows, but not like that. And just the way that they did it, and the scenes too, like visually, not just like sound wise, but visually, dude, like the way that they represented it, and like the way that they like represented him and like I'll say his band, and how like, you know, like from the clothes they were wearing and like from how they were playing and how they were performing, they were just so like radical and just out there. It was super refreshing and it was really nice. I mean, if you know anime, you know that they love their fan service over there in Japan. In samurai shows, like, yes, you could argue like Samurai Champloo, that one episode where I'm forgetting her name, the girl who's a part of like their trio, she kind of gets like sex trafficked. Sex traffic, yes, thank you. English. Honestly, that's kind of insane to think about sex trafficking as fan service when it's kind of like a crime and it also happens today, and it's like, oh, why are you adding that into the show? Like, it's really weird, like it's fan servicey, but it's like a real thing that happens. Anyway, I digress. That's really the only like episode that I've seen that is like, you could consider it to be fan service. They do a really good job at setting up both of the main characters. One of the main characters is blind and the other one is like a cursed child. And they get you invested in both main characters. They don't put too much time into one or the other, because if they did that, then you would kind of lose the other character a little bit, and you would be like, okay, well, I mean, yeah, if something bad happened to him, like, oh well. But like, they do a really good job of showing you both characters, and then the way that each character grows up and develops based off of their backstory is also, I don't want to keep saying interesting, but it's very like, it's usually when they do backstories, I'll say in anime, it's usually like typical shit. Yeah, I feel some type of way about this character now because of knowing about his backstory, but like I can't really get too involved. But like for this movie, it was just like, wow, like I'm invested into both of these characters, and the story is two characters that have different backstories meet together, and then their stories combine, and then they have different endings as well. They had like a time skip moment in the movie. I don't know, like this can be looked at as like a good thing and a bad thing. You get introduced to this kid when he's a child, right? And, you know, like he's on his own and he found his way into this town, like this like bigger town than where he's from. And that's where he meets the cursed child. And you kind of stay with him when he's a kid, you know, like I would say he's probably like becoming a teenager. And then all of a sudden they skip and he's grown. It was just kind of confusing for me, like in the beginning, because when you see him again, you're kind of just like, you're sitting there and you're like, who the fuck is this guy? You're just like, he's talking to this other guy and you're just like, who is this guy? And like, it kind of like, I don't know, like it took me like a minute to put the pieces together and be like, oh, this is the blind kid all grown up. Oh, okay.
You were nothing but an imposter.
One thing that I really love, and I guess this really isn't movie specific, but just samurai show specific. A lot of samurai shows, they like to represent a lot of demons and a lot of spirits. And I always find that the way that they do it, besides Demon Slayer, it's very unique. And a lot of the times, they like to use the body and they like to have physical things show up on your body to show like, oh, like the demon is inside of him and like, or like these evil spirits are inside of him. Also, I mean, for me personally, like I sometimes like I take those and like I kind of like reflected back on my life and the way that I think about things.
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Just the way that they do symbolism, yes. God, I'm so bad with words, but they come to me. The way that they showed him being blind, I don't want to say it made me want to be blind, but the way that they represented it in this movie, hopefully I can kind of show some clips, because I think visually it would be better than me saying it. When he meets the demon child for the first time, when the cursed child is walking up to him, you're seeing it from the blind person's perspective, and all you're seeing is a blob, and the other people behind him are blobs. And as he's, you know, feeling, you know, like as he's touching his hand, as he's like, you know, touching his shoulder and stuff, like they slowly reveal the full image, I guess I'll call it, as he's talking and, you know, touching and feeling and all that stuff. Okay, I need to end this right now. I've been yapping for 50 minutes. This is why I write a script. This is why we do scripting. Watch the movie. It's a really good movie. It's on Netflix. It's only like an hour and 30 minutes, might be like an hour and 40. If you're not into anime, but you're into music, watch it, please. Even if you're not into anime or music, watch it, because I think it's amazing. It's like one of the better anime movies I've seen in a minute. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Again, I appreciate all the subscribers and all the love that is being shown to my videos. Leave a like, subscribe if you like what you saw. Also, leave a comment, because I'm kind of interested if you guys, because I'm trying to branch out, because I don't want to do only video games. I kind of just want to review stuff in general. I love a lot of things, and anime and movies and TV shows are one of those things that I love. And if you guys have any recommendations that you want to see me review, let me know in the comments. Hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely week, lovely weekend. I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao.